Former double UFC champion Conor McGregor, who is recovering from a severe leg fracture sustained in a duel against Dustin Poirier, has recovered enough to begin full-fledged boxing training. According to McGregor, he plans to return to the octagon this summer and considers reigning UFC lightweight champion Charles Oliveira, popular American fighter Nate Diaz, and top Russian lightweight Islam Makhachev. But the Irishman would not beat himself if he had at least temporarily abandoned the constant challenge and insults of competitors. This time, the goal of former UFC champion was Islam Makhachev, who recently confidently defeated Bobby Green. 3 days of boxing without the slightest problem, the Irishman wrote on Instagram, posting a photo in boxing gloves. Soon this injury will become a distant memory on my journey through the martial arts world. No one has a road without a problem, but victory depends on a positive attitude, determination, and hard work. I'll be back and getting better. I'll beat that shitty Makhachev, don't worry, any day or night. His punching, it's all just pathetic. You'll see when I get back, the same as before, anyone, at any weight, anywhere. The industry is full of such shitty spots, McGregor tweeted. Islam Makhachev commented on Conor McGregor's statement. Probably the fans are interested, but personally, I don't take it seriously. It will be difficult for him to make 70 kilograms because he drinks all the time, and now many guys in the division will just break him. Makhachev said in an interview with Breck Okamoto, I think he will fight Nate Diaz or some of the veterans, make some money and that's it. He will never become a champion. He will never reach the championship level. Speaking of fighting me, he's just playing the game. He will never accept this fight because he knows this evening will be long for him. I will do with him the same as Khabib, only it will be even worse for him because now he's no longer the same. When he fought Khabib, he was in good shape and didn't drink that much, but now he is, in fact, retired. He has money, everything. But if he really wants to come back, let's do it. I'll be happy to smash it. And what if the UFC really decides to organize a fight between Makhachev and McGregor? Indeed, there are fierce disputes about the candidacy of the next rival of the Russian. Someone is sure that Islam should fight the winner of the title fight, Charles Oliveira, Justin Gaethje. Others, like Rafael dos Anjos, believe that Makhachev has not yet earned the right to fight for the belt. And then, there is the option with McGregor, who just almost healed the injury. Of course, Makhachev should have been fighting for the title for a long time. A series of 10 victories speaks for itself. Joe Rogan explains UFC president's words to Islam Makhachev. UFC president Dana White has revealed that Islam Makhachev will not get an immediate title shot, and UFC commentator Joe Rogan knows the reason for this decision by the head of the organization. When Dana said that Makhachev would have to fight Beneil Dariush before he could fight for the title, he set the stage for Conor McGregor's title fight. Rogan said in the next episode of his podcast.
Also, I heard Dana say that Islam's going to fight Beneil Dariush next.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I asked him that in the ring. I said, would you contemplate that fight again? I forget what he said now. I think he said no. He said, I'm just focusing on the belt. But then Dana said this week that Conor will probably fight for the belt. Well, he didn't say probably. He said may fight for the belt upon his return.
That is so crazy. Islam Makhachev must fight Beneil Dariush next since he turned down Rafael dos Anjos.
Huh.
Oh, so he turned him down this week? After he allegedly flip-flopped on a short notice replacement fight on Saturday. What? So he's punishing him for not doing something stupid? Because that's not a wise move to fight in the main event. You're right about to fight for the title.
No, I agree.
He put his hand up to fight Dos Anjos in a bout that has been canceled 3 times before. Dos Anjos was all in on the situation, even offered to move up to welterweight to alleviate the pressure off Makhachev for a big weight cut. The momentum died there, though, because shortly thereafter it was confirmed that Renato Moicano would fight Dos Anjos. The former UFC champ and Makhachev subsequently blamed each other for the falling out. UFC President Dana White offers some clarity, and he pointed the finger at Makhachev and said that his team said the fight is not happening. He said, I thought we had it done, White said. And when I went to bed one of the nights before, I thought it was done. Woke up the next morning and found out that Makhachev turned it down. The thing is, if Makhachev beat Dos Anjos right after he beat Bobby Green like that, he's undeniable.
There's no question.
Yeah.
He's on a 10-fight win streak as it is.
And he looks like a monster. I mean, it seems like a good fight for him. Like, Dos Anjos, no disrespect, but it seems like for Makhachev, he's looked so good. The way he looked against Drew Dober, the way he looked against Dan Hooker, he's a fucking killer, man.
But if you temporarily forget about championship ambitions, a fight with McGregor would be a great option for Islam. The silent and modest Makhachev clearly lacks media attention. The confrontation with the Irish trash talker will turn the Dagestani into a full-fledged world star. And we must not forget about the financial factor, because Conor still brings a lot of money. And what about the sports component? Makhachev himself, after the fight with Green, said that he would have easily dealt with McGregor. To be honest, I don't even remember when this guy last beat someone. He needs to come back, beat someone, and let's go. Why not? I will tear it down with ease. The fight with Bobby Green was harder for me than it will be with Conor. However, there's an option that the fight with the Irishman will definitely not be an easy walk for Makhachev. Although Islam adopted a lot from Khabib, he's still very different from the Eagle. Nurmagomedov defeated McGregor in 2018, mainly due to a brilliant game plan. He exhausted the ground and pound, worked a little in the rack, and caught the reception. At the same time, Khabib kept his emotions in check until the end of the fight, which was extremely important. Makhachev, by the way, looks better than the Eagle in the standing position. On the ground, he's completely magnificent. Some sparring partners call Islam the best fighter in UFC history, but the Russian citizen is a little lacking in caution. Sometimes he succumbs to emotional impulses, which can play a cruel joke. It is with Islam that McGregor's dirty trash talk should work. If Makhachev loses his temper, the Irishman will get a chance to knock him out.
Do you blame Conor for UFC fighters wanting to box? Because he got a $100 million payday. He got a $100 million payday.
No, why would we blame? No, you don't blame him. You got $100 million, that's $100. Conor don't have to work no more.
All right.
Yeah,
Is that why he's been unsuccessful? He hasn't been the same fighter. It's hard. It's hard now when there's a difference when I got on a Gucci, when I got on a Louis Vuitton robe, I got on mink slippers, and I got somebody bringing me all 3 of my meals in bed if I need that. I got a yacht, I got a Rolls, I got a Ferrari.
It's a good one. It's a good one. You're right. You're absolutely right. It's a difference. But I think it also depends on the individual.
Yeah. Because you mentioned Floyd.
Yeah.
Floyd had all that, and he's still going out there putting the work in, giving folks the business.
Exactly. It depends on the individual because some guys, they that's what they aspire to get.
Right.
So that's everything that they do it for that.
And then once they get it,
it's, I got it.
Right.
You know, and I think it was back in the day, whether it's Sugar Ray or maybe Hagler, and they said that it's things is different when you start sleeping on silk sheets.
Marvin Hagler.
Because so when you sleeping on that, now you know the hustle is not the same. And now sleeping on silk sheets, I have to say I still have that hustle.
Right.
I still want to get up and go get it.
Right.
So I think it's on the individual. So with him, I don't know why he's not that successful. That's the thing about this sport is you have to be honest with yourself.
Right.
You have to be able to understand that I'm weak in these areas. I need to make sure that I'm bringing those up to par. So by the time I step out there, like that's what people don't realize. It's not just, I won this fight.
Right.
It's I want to be the best mixed martial artist in the planet.
Right.
And that's being able to mix it all up together. You got to be good at everything when you step in there. And that's what I think I do better than everybody right now.
Right.
Makhachev spoke his desire to rise to the welterweight division in the future and take 2 belts. I watched Jorge Masvidal versus Colby Covington. Honestly, I think I can beat both of them in one evening. I wasn't impressed with this fight. Colby can only fight, and I can handle him with ease in a fight. His striking technique is not impressive at all. In this regard, it is slow. And Masvidal is already old. I can still earn some money, have a couple of fights and finish. I intend to move up in weight. I need 2 belts, Makhachev said in an interview on the ESPN YouTube channel. The sporting world is beginning to feel the consequences of the military confrontation. The flag of Russia is banned everywhere. Rebels refuse to play with them. Tournaments are postponed. Alas, the world of mixed martial arts is unlikely to stand aside. The British government has already announced that it's urgently cancelling the visas of sport teams from Russia and Belarus. It is possible that fighters of mixed martial arts will also fall under this measure. These are big problems for those Russian fighters who plan to go to the UK. Most UFC tournaments take place in the USA, where it has been very difficult to get a visa lately. If athletes from Russia cannot visit America at all, this automatically puts an end to their careers in the UFC and Bellator. In any case, until the political situation finally calms down, which should not be expected in the near future, for promotions, the possible absence of Russians is also very bad news. Russians enjoy well-deserved popularity. Petr Yan, Islam Makhachev, Alexander Volkov are full-fledged UFC stars. Vadim Nemkov dominates Bellator, where his teacher Fedor Emelianenko continues to shine. The forced rejection of the Russians automatically means a decrease in the level of competition, which is exactly what Dana White and Scott Coker do not want. The cancellation of visas has not been officially announced. There is still hope. It is possible that fighters will be allowed to compete without a flag. The attitude towards athletes from individual events may turn out to be softer than towards teams. or Dana White will use his huge connections to at least let the Russians into the American UFC tournaments. Let's hope that everything will work out and the fighters will not experience problems. But even more, we hope for the end of the conflict. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support this channel.